4, 3, 2, 1.
Take two. Let's do this. Can everybody see the
Sorry.
screen? Nah, bro, this is good. This is good stuff. All right. Good morning and welcome to the Morning Marketing Minutes, brought to you by 3T Academy. I'm your host, Billy, and I'll be taking you through today's top market stories and analysis. Today's show is proudly hosted by Double Bottom Trades, where we bring you the latest in trading strategies and techniques. I feel like I'm having deja vu. For y'all that have been here, you'd understand why, but it's going to be kind of weird. We're doing this again. So before we can get in this crazy market and figure out what we're going to do today, and we need a good attitude about today. So Miss Lady A is going to help us out with a quote of the day. What you got, fam?
Okay, the quote for March 21st is, "The moment you feel you've arrived, you're starting the journey again."
I have arrived twice. And those watching this video, you won't understand that, but those in the video will definitely understand that. Yeah, definitely, man. Don't get comfortable in life. Keep moving. Life is a blessing. It's not about the goal and it's not about the end. It's about the process and the journey to get there. That's special. And that's where the treasure's at. The treasure's never at the end. The treasure's in the journey. All right, so let's get into this shit, man. So the fear and greed index, we're sitting at a 32. There's going to be a little volume in the market. Just remember, if you have profit, take it. If you have a number that you need to meet, just put in the trades that you need to put in. If you want $100, for a 10-cent spread, then you need to put, 1,000 shares of whatever you're buying, et cetera, et cetera. Just play the play, don't play the money, and then, adjust for whatever money you need by adjusting your play and adjusting your trades. So just be careful, take profits when you have them, and you guys are still going to make some money. Let's go over to FinViz. So the Dow is up 382 points, NASDAQ's up 45, and the S&P 500 is up 34. You can see we've come across the top a couple of times. It almost looks like we're hitting a triple top. Looks like the candles lost some volume right there at the 32,244, the 11,675. Looks like they're trying to form doji stars. More of a doji on the S&P than any on the NASDAQ. Looks like an inverted hammer. And the Dow, same thing. Looks like it's trying to turn into maybe a gravestone. But anyways, it looks like it's going to reverse. It might have a little pop up, but I do think we'll get a reversal in the market. But we'll just have to wait and see. Just keep your plays tight. Right now, with the momentum in the market, the way it is, I've pivoted a little bit. I'm only trading options on the SPY, puts and calls right now, just until the market kind of stabilizes. But you can still make money on the, doing your regular day trades. Just have to take those profits when you have them. Just trying to give you guys options, again, hint that I'm done, and to do other things. So that's what we're trying to do, fam. So let's go take a look at the morning squawk and see what we're talking about. And then we'll get into the SPY and do some TA. Morning squawk, relief rally, UBS shotgun wedding. With the Credit Suisse might have done the trick, at least for now, as U.S. equities markets rallied Monday following the latest moves to shore up the global banking system. Now Wall Street's focus is almost entirely on what will come of the Federal Reserve's policy meeting, which kicks off Tuesday and concludes Wednesday. That's the one Dustin will be telling us about in a minute. The money is still on a quarter-point rate hike, even though many are arguing for a pause on increases. Given the recent banking sector tumultuation, whatever the word is. At this point, though, the markets are more likely to react to what the Fed and its chairman, Jerome Powell, say about what's the next in the central bank's battle with inflation. Like we were talking about before, if you're damned if you do and damned if you don't on this. If you raise interest rates, then jobs are going to be affected. If you don't raise interest rates, then the price of everything is going to be affected. So it's just one of those things we got to ride out to the end. And like we said before, we're in that apex on our financial system. Support and resistance, it's got to pop one way or another. We don't have a choice at this point. It's going to have to make a decision. We're just right there. First Republic / Resort. Yes, what about First Republic? The regional bank, which like Silicon Valley Bank, caters to the clients with big uninsured deposits. That means we will have to pay for it. Is it teetering? Shares of First Republic are down about 90% this month after another brutal session Monday, even after 11 banks announced that last week they were depositing a total of $30 billion with the bank. Now, JP Morgan Chase which led the effort in advising First Republic on strategic alternatives, including a capital raise, which would dilute shareholders or even a sell, according to CNBC's David Faber. You're in that position, man. You're damned if you do and damned if you don't. A lot of people are going to go under with this stuff. It's going to be interesting. Again, here it is. Pressure on Jassy. Amazon will lay off another 9,000 employees over the coming weeks. And I know, guys, if you've been watching what we've been talking about since last year, we've been screaming this since mid to end of last year that the layoffs were coming. They had no choice. Over the coming weeks, the company said these cuts come on top of the 18,000 layoffs e-commerce and cloud computing giant executed between November and January. And some of the market observers think that there could be more to come. The decision is the latest difficult moment for CEO Andy Jassy, who took over from the founder Jeff Bezos nearly 2 years ago. Jeff knew this was going to happen. Over that time, Amazon shares have fallen 44% as the company's big gains during the lockdown era of the pandemic were wiped away while life started to return to normal. So while he's now slashing costs, Jassy will face intense pressure to reignite growth. And I'm telling you, Amazon is one of the biggest churners of laborers that I've ever seen in my life. So the ability to continue to get people wears out after so many years. I don't care what town you're in. We don't need to go over Virgin's orbit existential crisis. Just kind of what's going on in the market. They're trying to bail them out. Anything that's uninsured, we have to pay for it, just so you guys know. Either way, we have to pay for it regardless, but that's what it is. Dustin, what are we doing for the economics today or this week? I can't hear you, fam.
I couldn't find my unmute button. It was hidden, sorry. So going on this week, I know Darren talked earlier in the previous episode about existing home sales report coming out today. Then we also have tomorrow the big interest rate decision, and it's expected to be about a 0.25% raise. And overall for the year, they're expecting 5 to 5.25% overall is what a lot of people are expecting for this year. But tomorrow is expected to be a 0.25%. Thursday, as usual, we have our jobless claims report. That always swings the market one way or the other, depending on the outcome of that. And as well, Friday, we have the durable goods report, which we'll see on Friday then how that shakes out. Usually Friday is a little bit of a slower day sometimes, but other times it's not. So we'll just see how that report, impacts the market as well. But that's all I have for me.
Nice. Let's keep this thing pushing. We'll go check out the SPY real quick and just kind of see where the market's at right now. Again, this week we're in the paper simulator just so we can get our orders right and make sure we're doing puts and calls. We've been doing some of them at the same time. Just kind of a ladder method is what we're trying to play with. I've been pretty profitable with it. It's not hard to place the orders at all. You just have to, it's a different placement, and then how you see how many you have to look on monitor. You can't look in active trader because the way that we're trading this on Thinkorswim, it's not built for it, but we're just able to do it. But yeah, we'll get into it. So the SPY, you can see right now sitting at 397. 397.17 for the high of the day in pre-market. It's touched it a couple times. The one thing about the SPY though, it has been sitting above that VWAP consistently. So anything that drops below VWAP, especially heavy drops, I'm gonna go ahead and put orders in for. So I'll put some limit calls in at 394.02 or 394 just to see if it gets a spike down so I can catch it. I'll play the crack of 393.66 and put some puts in on the bottom side. If this thing spikes up to the upside, we can get some calls ready, 397.40 possibly to the upside, but we're taking profits quick. We're not holding them very long. We're getting in, getting out. Yeah, that's what we're doing the SPY. So we'll see what it's going to do. We'll go over here to the flex grid and see why it's moving the way it is. Right now, we cracked the 200-day moving average. We do have a slight trend to the upside. It is pretty steep though, if you look at it. we'll see if we can break through this 13. If we break through the 13 and we get some volume, I definitely think we can run to the 397 to where these levels were. But I think we'll have a pullback. If we don't, and I'm wrong, we'll go up here and touch the 50-day moving average. If we touch the 50-day moving average, we will have a pullback, I feel. Now, if we crack it, tomorrow could be a different story. If we stay above, then we can run up to the top side and start getting back to this trend line area. But first, we have to get through these measurables. If this does break through to the top side of the 13-day and we stay above there, and this 13-day is going to get a nice little bounce off the 200. And our next really good call entry point that we're going to look for is when the 13 crosses the 50. And when it crosses that 50, we should get a nice call to the upside. So that's what we're going to look for. That's going to be it for that part, man. As far as just watching the SPY, we'll watch Tesla a little bit too. We are going to build our watch list just like we normally do. If the volume's there and we can trade it, we're going to perform the trades. If not, then we're going to go to options and, trade where the volume's at, because that's what we got to do. We got to trade where the volume's at. So that's a wrap, man, for today's morning market in minutes. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick and informative look into the financial markets. Remember to stay up to date with the latest news and analysis by visiting our website at 3T Academy and following us on social media. Also, go to Discord. Check out our Discord. If you don't know where to get it, go on the Academy. Dustin's got it posted. Discord is where you can see everything. Won't have any issues. Just in case you can't see a video in Mighty, I know there's some issues between Android and iPhone. So yeah, just come check out Discord as well if you need to see anything. There's nothing really extra over there. It's just duplication, just so you guys can have a different way to see things. So yeah, thank you for Double Bottoms for bringing us the best in trading strategies and techniques. Until next time.